What's up, guys? This is NYC Geek Society, and we're here covering Sony's new Nintendo Direct style form of announcing new games.
Well, not all of us are here.
Oh.
Axel here, and I'm Victor. So we're all not here, all right? But
Not all of us are here, but we are all excited.
yeah, we were the ones that were able to see the PlayStation State of Play that just aired just a little while ago, which was exciting because we were expecting all sorts of new announcements, and there were.
It was a little on the short side. I don't know. I guess I was expecting it to be a little longer because it's their first go round at this.
I was expecting at least an hour, but
yeah.
I think from what I gleaned was it looks like they want to do this all throughout the year. So who knows? They may be one of these a month or so, and even if they don't have anything big to announce, they're just going to. It's a state of play. So we might get footage of things that will be coming out in a month or so. Like conspicuously absent was Death Stranding and Last of Us. And I get a feeling that they'll save that for later on when it gets closer to the release dates for those.
Or maybe closer to E3 even, so they can compete.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing, keep in mind, is an experiment for Sony. They're taking a big risk by not going to E3. So they got to build up some momentum with this state of play.
I don't know if it's such a big risk, though, because the reason for these trade shows in the old days was so you could reach the press. And then the press would write in their magazines and so forth. But things have changed. They don't have to wait for the press. What they do is they can reach us directly like they did via YouTube. We don't have press credentials to go there, not for E3. Well, we could request them probably.
I think we should.
But the thing is that, like I said, they're reaching us directly. No filter, no writing in between. Now, other YouTube channels and other internet outlets will start reporting on it, but we got it all in real time.
But that's the thing with E3. It's a gathering of all gamers, and I think John mentioned this in another video that is one event that like Nintendo gamers are going to, Microsoft gamers are going to, maybe even like Google Stadia gamers are going to be going to in the future. Check out our other video on that, by the way. But I don't know. I'm just not so sure if this is going to work out for Sony, and maybe they'll go back to E3 just because that's an all-encompassing event. But yeah, let's get into what this event was actually about.
Right.
So it started off with Iron Man VR. What are your initial thoughts on it?
I thought it looked a lot of fun. It gives you everything you probably want from an Iron Man game if you're in VR, because you get the heads-up display like he gets in the movies of everything, all the stuff that it needs to see, all the information he needs.
Yeah, you had like the heads-up display, and you were like fighting the baddies, trying to get them away from the airplane. I don't know, it seemed cool. I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but it looked pretty cool. And I mean, so that's coming out in 2019. They didn't have a specific release date for that.
No.
So this is like brand new.
Just this year. But it set the tone because of all the VR stuff that was in this.
Yes, exactly. So they had some new announcements for No Man's Sky,
which actually looks pretty good also.
Yeah.
It's like people have been complaining that Sony has abandoned the VR and there haven't been enough titles for it, but there seems to be quite a bit. And it seems like they're doubling down on it.
Absolutely.
So the No Man's Sky, like you said, I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too enthused by the initial release of it, but I'm glad that they're still supporting it.
Nobody. Nobody was. But it seems to now becoming the promised game that it was, or on its way to.
Mm-hmm. And it's just up to people to trust it later down the line. I wanted to talk about Blood and Truth VR.
Oh, yeah.
That looked like some sort of like Die Hard VR game, and I don't know. It seemed like it had a lot of charm.
Yeah, well, it has that has the whole British gangsters thing going on, which is always a lot of fun. Like, I'm a big fan of movies like like what was that? Like Snatch and all these other British gangster movies. Get Carter, The Italian Job, the original, not the new terrible new one.
Of course.
But I love British gangsters, and in London Heist was one of the VR release games that was also British gangsters, which was a lot of fun. So I think that's something to look forward to. It looks like maybe GTA meets British gangsters.
Mm-hmm. And that comes out May 28th, so definitely be on the lookout for that one. They also had some other games that were already in the pipeline that you may already know about. Trover Saves the World, Vacation Simulator, Everybody Golfs. I know everyone's looking forward to that.
I like golfing games. I like golfing games.
Yeah. Falcon Age, Minitech Mayhem.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the end of the VR announcements. Something I got really excited about was Observation. So this is like a sci-fi thriller. This woman's kind of stuck in a spaceship, and
that did look very interesting, very moody.
Yeah, like so this is by Devolver Digital, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Soma, just this desolate feeling, and you're trapped and trying to get out, and has like this, I don't know if it's survival horror, more of a thriller aspect to it.
And what about the Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh man, that game looked terrifying.
In VR.
Yes.
So now you get to see all those creepy looking creatures in VR coming right after you.
Oh,
so that looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know if I could handle that one. But and they also mentioned that there's going to be all new nightmares in that version. So look out for that in spring 2019. There was also an announcement for Concrete Genie.
Yes. That was a very, very pretty game, and it's funny because I guess it's in partnership with PlayStation, but it looked like an independent game. It doesn't look like a game that a major studio would tackle. It looks a beautiful game. The art style is incredible. The characters look like the old Rankin and Bass characters. Like, remember those old stop motion cartoons like Rudolph and and Santa Claus Coming to Town? That's what they look like. It's reminded me of.
Huh.
And
I didn't make that connection. Yeah.
Yeah, and this kid is bullied, and then he goes off and with his magic brush to transform this beaten down town, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It did to me, and it looks like it might be an emotional game.
Absolutely. You see him like drawing on the walls and the pictures coming to life, and him, I don't know, making new friends. It seems really sweet.
Now that game is also going to have VR support. It's going to be
yes, they did mention that.
The VR version, you can play with that as well. And I can imagine it's even more beautiful.
Yes. That game is by Pixelopolis, and it's coming in fall 2018. So
Pixelopus?
Pixelopus.
But it was PlayStation referred to it as one of their studios. So obviously,
Sony is known for taking chances, so I'm not surprised that they have like such a big game that looks like an indie game. Days Gone. I haven't been keeping tabs on this game, but the more trailers that I watch of it, the more excited I become.
It looks very interesting.
Yeah.
Only because usually in most games we've had these like slower moving zombies. These are real fast movers, like from World War Z. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna have to tackle these fast
and there are tons of them.
Yeah, and also boss ones, so big ones with that are much more powerful. But that looked pretty interesting. Too.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like the older trailers had like a little more of a sarcastic edge to them, and this one had like a little bit more of an emotional side to it. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that. Last but not least, Mortal Kombat. That game looks hilarious.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat 11. Apologies. You all know how Mortal Kombat goes. I kind of like what they're doing with the hip hop elements. It's like new versus old. They have like I saw what they did with the trailer. They had like some old school hip hop and some new school hip hop, and they kind of interspersed it.
The same thing with old school characters, bringing them in as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're making those connections, and I guess bringing the people who grew up with like the '90s game to get a little more excited about this new one. I'm excited. This might be the first Mortal Kombat that I buy.
I smiled throughout the entire trailer that they showed because it looks like it's so much fun, and it just felt good to see these characters really updated. And it's like it looks like so much fun. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah, because usually when I play fighting games, it has like some sort of competitive edge, and I gotta learn the combos. But in this game, it looks like I'd just be interested in the characters themselves and seeing them interact, because they had like these funny moments in the trailer. So I'm kind of itching for more of that.
And if you thought the old one was gory, it looks incredible. I mean,
we're numb to violence in this day and age. We don't care anymore.
But it looks like a lot of fun, and I think the more I see this game, the more I'm interested in. And that's coming out That's coming out next month.
Yeah,
it's coming out April 23rd.
April 23rd.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Very soon.
So, do you think this PlayStation State of Play was a success?
I thought it was really cool. I mean, it was a little drier than Nintendo usually does it. They have like funny speakers that come up that introduce the games, and I don't know. Everyone on the Nintendo show is kind of a character, but with this one it was just like game.
This trailer and gameplay and I guess cinematic footage, because some of it was not in-engine gameplay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it went pretty well. I look forward to seeing more of these. They didn't announce their schedule for these, but I'm really interested to see where they go with the State of Play.
I mean, Nintendo doesn't either, so they're just gonna, drop it on us one day.
All right. So let us know what you thought about the PlayStation State of Play. Are you looking for more of these episodes? Did you think this worked out well? Was there anything missing that you wanted to be included? Just let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Hit the bell. Make sure to tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grandpa.
They don't care.
Okay.
They don't care.
I'm just playing.
All right.
But
so
yeah. NYC. Geek out.